We're here right now at the Forest Office Complex in Dimapur, that is just next to Midland Colony. And the reason we're here is because today is the day that Kebenhulo Kemp, or popularly known as the roving Naga, has been summoned here today. And now this is his second summon, as we've been informed by this letter to him by the Office of the Wildlife Crime Control Unit here. And he has been summoned on many occasions, and he did not turn up for the previous summons. And he has been asking for the cause of issuance for his summon to this department as well. Now he has been summoned because he has been caught with a few offenses which contravenes the provision of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Now his offenses include hunting and consumption of checkered keelback, that is an Asiatic water snake, creating and sharing content on hunting and consumption of the checkered keelback again, which is the Asiatic water snake, creating and sharing content on hunting and consumption of birds. Now, since checkered keelback is accorded as under the Schedule 1 part of the Wildlife Protection Act, and the state government by notification had declared a blanket ban on hunting on all Schedule 1 species. Now, since it has been banned to hunt these species which falls under the Schedule 1 type, so there is a ban on them, but he has been caught, of course, recording and posting such content on his YouTube channel, The Roving Naga. Now, he has been summoned here to come before 1 p.m. on or before 1 p.m. March 17, that is today. But then till now, it is almost 12 o'clock and he has not turned up as yet. Hopefully, we can speak to the wildlife warden of the Dimapur division, Tokau Kinimi, and in fact we've been told that even the chief wildlife warden of Nagaland, Ved Pal, is here in the office right now. We will try to get a hold of them and maybe ask about what is the next step if he doesn't turn up, if the roving Naga doesn't turn up. But if he does also, how is it going to go about? How is the department going to take action as well? Sir, in regard to the roving Naga case, not many people were aware that this is not allowed, or this type of particular Asiatic water snake is under a ban for hunting and consuming. So, in this regard, sir, do you think the people of Nagaland need more awareness when it comes to conservation?
The Wildlife Protection Act was passed in 1972 and it became subsequently applicable to Nagaland also in the 80s. So we are talking a time of about 40 years now. With the advent of internet and media and booming of the means of communication, a lot of publicity has gone into it, and most people are aware that hunting as of most of these species, except in certain provisions of the law, is illegal. So I think 40 years is a good time frame in which people become aware of the laws and the implication of the laws. So while people living in rural areas, remote areas may still not be fully aware of the implications of the law, I expect that people who are so active on social media and who are educated and living in cities, if they are not familiar with the provisions of the law, and again, non-familiarity or not knowing the implications of a law is never an excuse for committing a crime.
Yes. That is agreed upon, but then I think for us indigenous people, there's a fine line in the balance of our customary eating habits as well. Because there are many people who are still consuming Schedule 1 species that which we don't are not aware of, and it is part of our eating habits when it comes to tribal or indigenous people. Do you think that is? I mean, I won't say it an excuse, but where does the line? Where is the line drawn in that?
The line is very, very clear. If the law prohibits something and if the law is violated, it's a crime. Whether it is kind of, people are familiar with or not. Simply because, certain traditions and, certain habits have been there. But once a law has been enacted and the law prohibits it, it is prohibited. There's no gray area there. It's absolutely black and white. I can give you many examples. For example, let's say there used to be a tradition, in certain tribals around Jamshedpur, they used to go for hunting on a particular day. But once the act has been, enacted, those practices have been, illegalized and they are not practiced anymore. So I don't think there is any gray area here. It's very, very clear. It's all black and white. If an activity or if an act is prohibited in law, it is illegal to do that.
How can this knowledge or this information be reached to the masses, especially in the rural areas? Is the department doing enough?
I think we have been. I think if we just look at the number of, of awareness activities conducted in, let's say, last 2-3 years, I think it has been. I cannot give you an exact number, but it's kind of huge. And wherever I go, wherever my staff go, we make it a point to tell people that please don't be under any wrong impression.
Yes.
The Wildlife Protection Act is very much applicable to Nagaland without any exception. And as good citizens, it's our duty. It's our constitutional duty, in fact, to protect the wildlife and the forests.
Do you think this eye opener? I mean, I would call this roving Naga because he's very popular YouTuber, and he has been donning his skills of in the wild for a very long time. And do you think this is an eye opener now for the public to learn from this person's mistake? And is it a very big cost for him?
See, this is not the first time. I think we have been coming across these, social media reports on Instagram, on YouTube, and WhatsApp, and we have been taking action. This is not the first time. There have been multiple cases. There have been multiple arrests, and these also have. We may also make it a point to issue a media report for these, so that people become aware that what is legal and what is illegal. This case will also, from our perspective, the legalities aside, at least it will be a kind of, as you said, I can use the same word, eye-opener for many of the people who are under the impression that, killing some of these, wild animals, whether it constitutes an offense or not.
Lastly, sir, would you like to just give a message to people to just let them, get the grasp of, this whole situation, that it is not something that is just brushed under?
तो अपने कोण है ना आम्ही खुदते जाय रहो में आम्ही स्टाफ खुदते जाय तो आमकान खुदाय तो मानुकान की एजुकेट करिबले ट्राय करे तो वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट एप्लीकेबल আছে दे तो हंटिंग तो इलीगल আছে तो खान कोई ना आमकान खुदाय तो मानुकान के एजुकेट करिबले ट्राय কৰি আছে আৰু থ্ৰু মিডিয়া আমি আজি বি একটা appeal বি কৰিব আৰু মানুকান के একটা এটো মেসেজ বি দিব that itu wildlife protection act to Nagaland te applicable ase te hunting to illegal ase unless itu kiba kibi animal kiba itu man eater hoise kiba kibi hoise na hoile wildlife protection act te cover hua nai itu nishina small cases chhari ke na itu animals khan laga hunting to sab illegal ase itu karone moram kori ke na apni natural heritage to protect koribi itu apni forest to protect koribi itu apni natural heritage laga part ase itu ईश्वर मरम परा नागालैंड तो इंडो बर्मा बायोडाइवर्सिटी हॉटस्पॉट लगा पार्ट আছে itu ईश्वर परा इमान बायोडाइवर्सिटी और वाइल्ड लाइफ तो सुंदर नागालैंड ते दी के ना আছে itu मरम करि के ना सेव करिबी it is your duty, it is your constitutional duty also to save the wildlife. Ito karani moram kurigina, hunting na kurigina, ito wildlife ke protect kuribi, aru wildlife ke protect kurigina, ito para tourism increase kuribi, dusra ki ase ito kuribi. Please don't hunt. It is my earnest appeal to all of you.
Kan yadi forest office complex laga compound de ase kintu itya the roving naga tai itya ahina bithorde crime branch de ase where investigation or interrogation jai ase holibi gete tai la support is tai la friends khan bi ahina ase and of course he is no stranger of course famous Nagamese actor Boss Marin, popularly known as Boss Marin, and tai bi itya ahina mohan ge khota gure ase aur tai la friend bi yade ase to apni khan bi aji mohan Naga Manukhan bi idu laga incident luina bishi awareness ekta eye opener nishna hoise means mohala idu inaga bi ase this particular checkered keelback tahan Asiatic water snake to ena endangered hoise schedule ban ase kurina to apni han bi tade ki ko mun jai mohala food eating habits bi ase tribal indigenous people holi bi apni han bi ki ko mun jai
thank you so much Moi actually my friend brother Robin Naga moi actually taike ini lok rubule ha to ini taike lokine moi bi aise klode to moi awareness karni kobule mondo we are Naga mukhan forefathers pray nuga aigina ase food habits to na mukhan ki pai to khai ina kone ai takise holibi ajigali laga to new generation itia mukhan kuntu generation di boy ase etu generation la hisab pra to mukhan aji Robin Naga mala Robin Naga ke hua nisna itu la true ba mukhan Naga manu bi mane ki khawla ki na khawla ge etu sob to bhabi kine aji gala dunia de social media platform bisi dangor hoise to misa misi mukhan poila laga name nu chui kine itia ki chuli ase etu de ahile bisi bal aro moi bisi khushi paise ki moi bi itia jani ase ki itu nakhawo lage the snake nimidi ko do moi du aji jani ase so itu bi social media laga through ra na aro moi kobule mondo mokhan yade Nagaland di kiman naga manukhan kiman youtuber khan ase ki bi kuribe bar kuribe enuka problem de ahibule Nagaland ke olop Nagaland te nuka ase bahar manu ba nokubuli laga hisab pra mukhan kam do kurile bisi bhal aro moi forest department ki bi bisi thanks kile tai laga through bai mukhan jani ase aji enuka bi ase to mukhan to ekdam clean ho lage mane mukhan aro agi de aro kinwa bhal gune mukhan Naga manu bi agi jabo lage to awareness to itu ekta ase aro bisi thanks aro sob ki koi di ase mukhan first time ase to ma puri dili bisi bhal ase neki koi ne request kuri ase mola friend or brother la through thank you so much
apni bi kiba ki ko mun jai do de
Yes, offense to commit kurishe as per their this thing. Yeah, as per the law. Only the forest department, of course, is doing its job. To do mane. Only ekta ama naga kido alag level down to the grassroots awareness to nadishe gule do. Unfortunately, ta YouTube te dekha today he's a victim, or else snake kole do nobody is going to question do kila snake kote ra hishe to no hoi do ne lathiu thana mari dibo to itu do I think yes the forest department of course has done a tremendous job, but I think they need to be more active in this awareness campaign, especially to the grassroots level. Kohima Dimapur itu city kla no hoina down to village level itu species kan khai itu nakai itu nisna na ina kurdile do I think it was very good. Yeah.
Do you think the roving Naga, your friend, got unlucky because he showed it on camera, and that is the reason why he's here today? Otherwise, if it was not on camera, it would have just gone on, because he has been going into the wild and hunting and eating and all of that, and the videos are there. So it's this particular one especially.
Yes, it's very unfortunate. It's not just him that goes and wild hunt and eat. It's many of us actually. Only unfortunately, tai already video te document ho jan nimde tai ra shoot kura nai tai ra kill kura nai holibi tai khaise dekhai dise to itu nimde tai ajina situation thake to it's very unfortunate. Yeah.
So that was the chief wildlife warden of Nagaland, as well as the supporters and friends of the roving Naga, who has arrived here, and he has gone into the crime branch, the interrogation room, where he is being interrogated by officials right now. And just as the chief wildlife warden, Vedpal, he had mentioned to Nagaland News Network that there is no gray area when it comes to the law, regardless of whether be it the food habits that one might have, or which has been passed down for generations and generations, that there is no gray area and it is the law. But as his friends also said, that they're also coming to learn and being more aware, like how the Nagamese film actor, former Nagamese film actor, has also said that they're also becoming aware of this, especially in this case. But the other friend has also said that he is not the only one. The roving Naga is not the only one who has gone into the wild and actually killed a snake or ate something that is under the Schedule 1 species, which has been banned by the government. Now, again, as mentioned before, that is there a thin line? This question will arise again. Is there a thin line between the eating habits of indigenous or tribal people, and especially if not, and there's like the chief wildlife warden has said that there is no line, in fact, and there is no gray area. But then, is the department also doing enough to go into the grassroots level? Just as one of the roving Naga's friends says, that to the grassroots level, more awareness programs or campaigns might be needed as well in future. And also, one important point is also, if we as a society is using social media for the positive effects on society, and not just that, in conservation of our environment and the flora and fauna as well. Are we going up online and researching on such things? And also, we have been informed that the roving Naga, if necessary, he will be in forest remand. As they say, it is called the forest remand for 24 hours, where interrogation and investigation will take place. And perhaps maybe his previous videos, that is on YouTube also, they will investigate all those videos and see if he has committed any other offense as well in the past, and through his videos and research as well. And we've also been told that they are going to investigate his phones as well, or many other devices that he has. This is just an information that we've received, but we're not sure on that as yet. But as well as, since investigation is underway and he will be under their remand for 24 hours, this is what is going to happen. It is too soon to tell what the result might be, since right now his offense only is regarding the checkered keelback, which is the Asiatic water snake. But there could be more offenses that he has committed as well. This is a developing story. Stay tuned with Nagaland News Network. Esther here with camera person Kamri.